You do not have to carry the weight of the world. You do not have to do it all. You do not have to be it all. You do not have to understand it all. You will never understand it all. Too, that's one of the things I'm having to master for myself. You will never have to understand it all. Plus, you got plenty of time to, just be willing to seek the information and the knowledge, and you will be provided the answers. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Soul and Grace podcast. Come on, gather on in. I have a very special message for my listeners today. So, one second while I get it pulled up. Okay, gather on in, and here you go.
Anyway, congratulations on your journey in life. Don't let no one put you down on how far you got or what you have to accomplish in your life. We all can't walk in each other's shoes. We move to different tempo in life. I remember when I first started out, everything was so hard, but I never gave up. Even when I want to give up, 10 toes down, I stuck on what I was doing and focused. Don't let nobody come and tell you you're not good enough, you're not worthy, and what you're doing is not important. It's not important to them because they're not trying to get there where you're going. Always remember your journey is different. Everybody's journey is different. Can't nobody walk in your shoes. You're the only one walking your shoes. And I've always told my kids, you have one life. I'd be damned if I let you or anybody tell you how to live your one life. You have to go through some struggles just to see what it is to get out of that struggle. Enjoy your life.
Enjoy your life. Enjoy your life.
By the way, congratulations on your journey in life.
So, as we walk into today's new episode, cheers to you. Cheers to us. Yeah, let's go ahead and get into today's episode. My mic was acting a little or sliding down for some reason, but yeah, welcome back. Welcome in. How y'all doing today? I know it's looking a little ghetto out there. It's looking a little ghetto, not in the sense of, not our ghettos that we know all about, but more so ghetto and what they try to make everything else seem like Black people seem. All of that is happening with our system right now, and yeah, it's a joke. How's your nervous system? Have y'all tried out any of those herbs I shared or anything like that? I know I'm currently working on getting some stuff up in my beacons or on my beacon site so that I can have the information ready and available for you guys. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. How's your day? How's your week been? Because I know this week has been a lot. If your timeline has been throwing out crazy headlines and the instant look of like terror on my face, but also I'm not really afraid. I'm just in total disbelief right now. I think like so many of us, yeah, like mostly what we see is the economy is tanking. If you trade it all, baby, it's been a week. It's been a week, and I mean, it's been like chaos from every direction. Even the damn weather. April came and sat down and was like, oh, let me bring y'all showers, but snow. Anyways, let's get into today's episode. For today's episode, as you can see from the title, we are doing almost like a check-in because, yeah, I know for me, it's like overall, yes, I'm good. Yes, I'm happy. I'm all the things. But I also am 3 seconds away from losing my mind. I am so close to hopping on a plane and running away. Not from America, but just from life's responsibilities and just the things that are calling to me that are super exciting. Just when you got priorities or when you have goals. And I think just right now, I've mentioned in a few episodes that I have not earned, but I have picked up a new responsibility that I'm not really ready to share to the world yet because it's just not open to you guys yet. Not right now. But with that new responsibility, I need to stay like 85% more focused. What I'm finding is more things are happening, and I'm just more so feeling like I am ready to retreat. While the news headlines are crazy, that type of stuff doesn't really bother me because I'm so unplugged from the media already. That is why I have such a hard time posting on honestly any social media regularly, because I have simply just I enjoy scrolling, but I scroll for a couple of minutes and I get off. So it's easy for me to just stay unplugged. I think we talk about like the feeling of being needed or the feeling of just always wanting to not let people down or be there for people. That's not the case in this situation. It's more so just like, I know it would be nice if I know that if it was me, I would prefer for people to do this for me. But really, step out of all of that and look at everything. While these people love me, I don't think they would do the same thing for me. While I want to run away and get on the quickest flight to wherever, I'm going to try to be responsible and handle my things before I actually do head out. So, it's just like the mental pressure to want to be the ideal or provide the ideal experience for the people in my life. But the reality is, if I'm too busy pouring into everybody else, I'm not going to have the time for myself. And I just can't have that right now because it's costing me money. It's costing me money. It's costing me money. The more I delay the process that or yeah, the longer I delay the process that I need to finish and close out for my new baby, the longer it's going to take for that whole rollout to happen. And I can't have that because, yeah, time is money in this very case. So, yeah, let's go ahead and get into today's episode. As you guys know, we are going to pull a self-love card from our self-love deck. My baby right here. If you see me looking over to my monitor, I am just, at this point, y'all have seen, I'm a natural pixie lady, but I'm not gonna lie, I am this close, probably a little bit closer than this, than just getting that creamy crack, and then if I don't like it, and see, that's where you mess up. When you get to the point where you can just cut off your hair, or you're comfortable with cutting off your hair, it's nothing but a G thing. Even if I gotta go straight number one down to the scalp, I look good. At least I got a nice head, Say what you want about it. I got a nice head, okay? That thing is molded right. Baby, the thing about a pixie and a curl, when you got the curl, like I've done the wave, I prefer that way. Or I'll just do wash and go, put a curl something, it's 50 different types of curl mousses or whatever. So I'll do that. But with this, the pixie itself, it ages, like I look like I'm gonna be 30. I don't know, maybe not like I'm gonna be 30, but like you just look so much younger when you have like when you do like a wash and go or something, for instance, or anything that is not done up to your hair. It really shows or pulls out the youth. That might be sound a little weird, you know what I mean? Like, it just makes you look younger. It favors your younger features if you have them, because some of us do not, but me, I do a little bit. But outside of that, it's just taking a little bit to get a little it's just taking a little bit to get used to it. And this is my hair with no relaxer, perm, no nothing, but I could just imagine with it, it would look 1,000 times better. I don't know, but right now I feel like Barbara and Shirley. I do, but I would never, ever, 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 ever put myself in a situation to do that. So, anyways, back to our self love deck. Self-love is the best love, baby. If I'm gonna marry anyone else, it's gonna be me. So we're gonna just go ahead and go back to level 1. And level 1 is the past. For my future listeners, the self-love deck has 1, 2, 3 decks in it. 1 is past, 2 is present, and 3 is the future. Level 1, past. What's one thing that carried you through hard times? Oh, this is easy. Music. 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 Music, music, music. Music. Fun fact about me, I love music. I love music so much. I would have been an A&R. At least if I had to think of top two careers that I would do, I would have, one of them would be, there are 3, right? But the top 2, if I just had to choose, one of them would be an A&R and the other one would be an artist. Artist being number 1, like artist and blah, 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 blah. That would be number 1. And number 2 would be some type of producer or like A&R, somebody that discovers new artists, and they're just in charge of scouting new talent. I would love to do that, because not that I am the Showtime at Apollo or anything like that. I just have an ear for it. And the range, if you're ever in the car with me, you're in for a good drive. A great drive. The range is crazy. It's actually crazy. It's gonna go from trap to country to pop. I just had a Lady Gaga concert a few days ago. She had 08, 07, 08, 09, 10. Child, Gaga had them in, she had them. I would definitely say that music is one of those things that has gotten me through all the times. And even right now, I think one of the things that keeps me in such high spirits is I listen to house music around the clock, nonstop. Exercising, walks in the house with my kid, just everything. I can't wait until he gets older to see how much actually influence him or his music taste. Right now he like house, he loves what's the other one? I can't really say he like pop music that much. I see him bobbing his head when there's like rap music in the background, or he'll be like, "Mom, who's this?" Not like he knows, but he's listening. But he does love house music. Oh, he loves it. And then, of course, I don't know, this is an adult podcast, but if you know who Danny Go is, Danny Go, if you ever hear this, you've gotten me through 2 winters, baby. A short little spotlight on all the little kids shows. We love a little 1-2, 1-2. We love a little Gracie's Corner. We love a little Jules TV. We do. There is something about that damn Danny Go. And I believe that if you were a true concert goer or a true music lover, and you love all ranges of music, I mean all of them, like me, EDM, pop, classical, Bob, whatever you name it, I like it. That man has something that aligns with all of them, and I promise you, it's almost like sometimes I just forget it's kid music, and I'm just listening to like the beat, and it's so good. But anyways, child, let's go ahead and get into today's episode and hop into Soul Search. Oh, wait. We do have a gotta have it for this week. That's what I get for having an iPad screen. Now I'm thinking, I got this. Soon as you think you got it, you skip and miss something. So for this week's Gotta Have It, a lot of it has to do with the fact we haven't had a Gotta Have It in a few weeks. Because I'm just, baby, save your money right now. Save your money. Spend it on good things. Spend it on experiences and spend it on your necessities. But do not spend it on shit you don't need. I pride myself in having this show or creating this space where I'm not trying to get you guys to spend money, okay? Yeah, that's the last thing that I want to do. And even for myself, is, as good as I look in all of the things, I do not spend a bunch on this. Now, I spend my coins on experiences, food. And when I say food, we've been doing a good job is with not eating out as much, but like we do eat out because that keeps some type of balance, right? But outside of that, say I buy like my necessities. My money is put into quality and the things that I need. It really is. Or like for instance, I'm gonna have a trip in a little bit and I need some new outfits and stuff because I've done a lot of decluttering and getting rid of things and just you name it. So many times I've opened up so many of these different retailer apps and I'm like, shopping, cart is full. And somehow I just it's not even that I de-influence myself, it's more so I just get overwhelmed too. I get so overwhelmed because it just be too many options. For instance, like your Shein or something, because Shein, fast fashion, but there are too many options on there. Too many options that I just freak out every time. Every single time. Again, my goal is not necessarily to influence you guys to buy or spend your money on shit. I do like to refer and share good items and things that I have found useful, but I'm not gonna tell you to go get this and this and this. Now, I might suggest going to do an activity or something, but that's just so much more fulfilling. Take it from me or everyone else in the world that has too much stuff that you just don't even have enough time to even, or mental space to even touch your hands onto, so, or get your hands onto, better yet, even throughout your week. For this week's Gotta Have It, I wanted to shift gears, and it's a small thing. It's a small thing, such a small little thing. But this small thing has been giving me so much peace. Turning off the news app. Turning off the news. Unsubscribing to anything that is calls himself any type of news outlet. Whether it's news, political, economical, whatever. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I know that is, some people might see that as silly, but listen to me. Protect your peace right now. Protect your peace. If it is anything that is super important and it will affect you and your community, your neighborhood, and all of these things, you will get a letter, you will get a text message. So let's not forget they got that. You will get an email, you will see a flyer, you will see something that will grab your attention and bring your attention to where it's needed. Clock out, unplug, disconnect, let it go, break up, quit, all of the things. It's a game changer. I still stay informed for the things that I need to, how I need to, or like for my community, or now I know, I almost said my neighborhood name, but look into your city if you really care that much, but control the narrative for yourself. Control the narrative for yourself, because I've mentioned it before, but a lot of times the outside world is not a real reflection of what our surrounding or actual world is right here in this space. So save yourself some stress. I sleep better. I'm not depressed. I think there's a difference between like being low energy and all of the things, but I'm not depressed because I'm trying to keep up with the headlines, trying to keep up with all the news, all the things. Also, one of the things I could suggest, which I never really talk about it, if you are someone where your career or whatever you do, like if you're a day trader or something and you feel like you have to be plugged into the news because that is how you stay on top of things, how you are aware of what's going on, go ahead and look into all of the different apps that are available to us, a lot of the trading apps and things, and have them summarize that stuff for you. You don't have to sit up and watch in NSBC or all of these CNN, all of these things unplugged. Spend your time doing something else that's not focusing on the plummeting of the market. That's my little life hack for this week. Okay, now let's go ahead and get into Soul Search. As we walk into Soul Search today, I wanted to talk about headlines for a little bit. You know, again, everything, even if it's not meant to, no, forget all of that, especially having been in that world. It's all meant to grab our attention and cause panic and fear. The ones that scream economic disaster or America's falling apart or Trump shut down the border or Trump's back building the gate or ICE raid starting blah 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 blah. Now all of those things can be true. I don't want to, the things that are happening with ICE and just how messed up all of those things are very, very unfortunate and just completely heartbreaking. Very freaking heartbreaking. What if we paused and filtered out the drama and look for the truth? Because you got to remember to look for the truth. And in a day and age where, if you're like me, Gen XYZ, whatever else, we just see the headlines from an Instagram, Twitter, or whatever, and we rarely ever fact check. Rarely rarely ever. Now, I'm not saying that I don't do that, because I had to learn to do that, because what'll happen is you'll bring up conversations to people who are very well versed in the conversation or the topic, and then you're like, oh, I saw it on Google, I saw it on TikTok, I saw it on this, and they're like, but did you look into the facts? And they want to have a real conversation about it. All you know is shit about the conversation when all it took was a couple of searches or just for you to have a true interest in it. Also feel like, especially because of comment culture and the Shade Room, Hollywood Unlocked, all of these short form TMZ, short form news outlets that have become popular, reported on like celebrity lifestyles and things like that. We'll see them, we're commenting, we've read all of these. You'll read every freaking comment under the comment of this news story, but you will not go fact check it. Or maybe you'll fact check it to a certain extent, but you don't actually go look into the things. And for me, that has happened a bunch. For when we'll see stuff about the United States, and then you'll be like, oh, this is happening everywhere. And it's like, oh, no, it's happening in Alabama because of this, and this, and this. And it's like, oh, well, I'm in Colorado. We didn't vote for none of that shit. We don't even stand for none of that stuff. So why am I all riled up? I think you could be riled up and, have some disappointment and have a voice, and you could be an advocate for, I will call them, other people and peers and other places, but it's not even something that is reflecting, again, it's not a reflection of your reality where you are. I want to be clear where you are specifically. Yeah. Because if you didn't know, for the people that did not know, the states are all, for the most part, all have their own rules and regulations. If you ever got in a traffic ticket, anything like that, you already know how that works. But if not, yeah, everybody kind of got their own thing. So a lot of times when we're seeing these headlines that cause fear, it has nothing to do with where we are, where we're located. So yeah. Anyways, I wanted to talk about a few myths that are currently going around. Like I said, there are a lot of crazy headlines and things going on right now. And what I think the craziest, most serious headline for me anyway, at least as a business owner and buyer, supplier, consumer, mostly consumer, the biggest one is tariffs, right? Everybody's been hearing these words: tariffs, tariffs, tariffs. Shit, you probably didn't heard or thinking like, I'm not going to be able to order my Shein or whatever else is coming from whatever foreign stores you order from, anywhere from Canada, from wherever else. You probably heard the news with that, and what seems just like rage bait against like, I'm going to raise the percents this high and I'm gonna see who I can test this way. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about that today. I have a few myths for us, and I have at least 5 of them. Okay. So myth number 1. Tariffs mean the US economy is collapsing. It's not true, baby. Not exactly. Tariffs are a tool sometimes used to encourage buying local or shift trade relations. Now, they may raise prices, but the economy itself, when I say this again, I do understand this is not for everyone, but the economy in so many ways is still moving, still growing. And while it's not booming, I mean, we see that in so many areas with all of these different strikes and things. It's not booming, but it's not burning either. I feel like America is going through a rebalancing, and so is everywhere else, like Germany, like all of the freaking France. Everybody is going through this rebalancing. I don't know if y'all have seen this or not, but a lot of countries are restoring their female figures. So most of them have female presidents or whatever else they call them in other countries. So there is a lot of rebalancing going on. Like, I don't want to be, or because I don't got time to go into like the spiritual side of it, but there is a lot of rebalancing going on with Earth as a whole, but also with the countries and the land. With the land, there's a lot going on with the land. And if you tapped in that way, then you probably know a little bit of what I'm saying. But if not, just know there are a lot of things that are going on right now that I just don't got enough time to explain, let alone do I fully understand completely. But I do understand in a whole that it's all some rebalancing going on. Consumer spending is still happening. Y'all see that? Some of you guys are still out there participating in the spending. Nothing is wrong with that. People are still investing in their lives, buying books, planning trips, and yes, making space for joy. Seeing all of those things, and people still, at least for now, still pouring back into the economy. It's not really a collapse. Maybe we'll be able to call it resilience. Myth number 2. We don't make anything in the United States anymore. Please understand that so many of our materials and everyday items that we use come from China and are produced in China. It does not have anything to do with them being better, anything like that. But overall, I won't even say it's about them being cheaper, because not all of the things you get from China or any other Asian countries, excuse me. I don't even want to call it more affordable or anything like that, because I feel like one of the misconceptions, and it was one that I had to understand, or I did not see or fully understand until I got into the space of having my store or my online e-commerce business. These companies don't only just produce cheap items, they produce things faster and cheaper sometimes, but mostly it just all has to do with like affordable sourcing. Not cheap sourcing, but affordable sourcing. I do think that the average American doesn't realize they can pick up 10 things in their place and see China on the bottom. I don't think we realize that. And while we can do that, we actually can pick up things and see they are made in America as well. America is still very active in the manufacturing space. When you think about the medical field or aerospace and maybe even gardening and all of these other spaces where maybe it's not so much as retail and commerce and all of these things, but we do hold a lot of weight in provide things to America and its people from our own land. So never overlook that. While it may not look like the same America or just like the whole manufacturing system that it did 30 years ago, we're still in there. We're still in there. And if you are worried about like, where can I spend my money? Where can I do these things? Take some time out and actually look into it, because there are millions of freaking brands online. Weeding out the good American brands is not as hard as you think. You just have to go look for them. You do. And I know for the most part, most of the time I find them. I see them on Etsy. There are a few like American retail stores that I've shopped, not that many, because again, even when you think it's coming from here, they purchased it wholesale. They've brought it in. They've private label to erase anything that might resemble whoever manufactured it for them, and so on and blah blah blah. But yeah, it hasn't disappeared. If you want some stuff that was made in America, it's just, all it takes is a quick little search. A quick little search. Three. Number three, tariffs equal immediate price raises. Well, no, that's not the truth. Now, I cannot speak for a couple of months from now, but right now, I don't want to say it's safe, but at least if you have any questions about if you're going to have to pay more to get a package or anything regarding the tariffs, ask your post office, ask your mailman, ask somebody that works in that space so they can give you a for sure answer. Do not look for social media or whoever just got a package from Shein and you're trying to see if they got it. Ask the source. Ask the source, okay? Not all tariffs lead to instant price changes. Many companies already have stock or will shift suppliers before raising prices. If it's low price items, I can tell you now from just being in this space, you'll see a lot of markdowns. We will see a lot of markdowns. We will see a lot of package deals. For the most part, the manufacturer, the owner, the store owner, whoever, most of them try to eat the cost before it gets to the consumer, because of all of the things that happen where you no longer want the product. You can no longer afford the product. We only have a little bit of time with that. Completely. It's not completely a myth, but it's also not something that we can completely debunk, because it's down the line. It's down the line just with the current times and the current state of things. Be wise. Be wise. Be wise. Be wise. You might see a slow change, but it won't be like we wake up and eggs are $50. Now, eggs are $10. I don't know where y'all at, but my eggs in my grocery store range from $6.99 to $10. $10. I'll take a chicken or three. Thank you. The cost of living has layers, and tariffs are just one ingredient to the soup. Just like that hot chicken egg. The last myth that I wanted to share, was tariffs are new. No, they are not. I think right now we just see them and feel them more than ever. Tariffs have been used in the United States since the 1700s. They have been a part of trade policy forever. This is not a brand new world-ending thing at all. It's just more present now because, you know, we have price tags to things. And we don't have a 5 cent, 25 cent, 75 cent price tag. We have a $20, $50, $100, $200, $1,000. I mean, going outside costs you at least $200 anyways. I'm not even kidding. Whether you're doing stuff by yourself or with your kids, it costs you $100 to $200 to step outside your house. We feel that and we see that. God, we feel that and see that. I think we spent like $150 bowling. Bowling. Remember when bowling used to be like $5, shoes $2? I don't know what. It was like 3 games or something too. It was crazy, but things are so different now. I don't know. I need to go see how much the arcade is, like the actual arcade, not the round one or anything, but like an actual arcade. Like, can I actually? Is Nickel still around? Nickel, y'all know what that is? Where everything is 5 cent? Or is that only like a Texas thing? I don't know. Anyways, yeah, they've been a part of the trade policy forever. Tariffs are kind of like flare jeans. They go out of style and then they come back. But God, I can't imagine. I'm really holding off a big order from one of my suppliers in China. And I just can't imagine opening the door, signing for my package. Thank you. Get my package. Bye, you have a good day. He'd be like, hey, you forgot to pay this. Me? You sure this is not for the post office? I don't even wear glasses. It's funny because that last name don't even look like me. But I'll take the package. I'm not about to argue with nobody. I'm not about to argue with you over my package either. Give me that package. Give it. I just cannot imagine going back and forth with the FedEx man, UPS man, any of them. Okay? You do not get paid to collect that extra money. Or maybe they are giving y'all a little bit more money. I don't know. But I don't want anything to do with that at all. Those are just a couple of myths that I wanted to debunk because, yeah, I think a lot of us are scared out here. And there are so many other ones to debunk as well. But you just got to look into these things and don't be afraid to. And then if you are afraid to, this is more than enough reason to just unplug. Let's go ahead and get into Queen. So, as we walk into Queen, there's one thing that I want you to remember before we head into this next week. You are allowed to stay informed, but informed without being consumed, without being overconsumed. Better, you are allowed to protect your joy. You are allowed to believe that good things are still happening, even when they do not seem to be happening for you. A lot of times they don't seem like it. Let's stop letting fear narrate our future. Let's stop letting fear narrate our future. It's not going to get us anywhere. It does nothing but physically bring on stress to our bodies. You do not have to carry the weight of the world. You do not have to do it all. You do not have to be it all. You do not have to understand it all. You will never understand it all. Too, that's one of the things I'm having to master for myself. You will never have to understand it all. Plus, you got plenty of time to, just be willing to seek the information and the knowledge, and you will be provided the answers. Ask the questions and move with hope and grace. Move with hope and grace always, 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 always. You do not have to carry the weight of the world. Just keep choosing your peace. Keep choosing you, not them, they, her, him, she, whoever. Don't choose peace. Choose yourself. That's more powerful than you will ever understand and know. It probably brings you a lot of discomfort choosing yourself now. Now that you know me, now that you know Soul and Grace, now that you got to look at me to all of the things, that probably feels good, but it probably still feel very uncomfortable being a little selfish. And you really shouldn't, you should never feel bad about that. Because if you look around, That's what everybody else is doing. They busy loving on themselves. So why should you deny yourself the same exact feeling? You shouldn't. You should not. Don't deny yourself that assurance and security and just love that no one else can give to you. No one else. I don't care. They can't. Money, your husband, wife, family, kids, nobody else can provide you that love that you can provide to yourself. So remember that. Queen is not alone this week. Baby, it's over. I've rambled enough for this episode. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of the Soul and Grace podcast. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I will see you next week. Bye.